In this video, we'll go over progress demos and lessons learned retrospectives. We'll cover what to show and how to show it. Your audience for these presentations could be examiners or investors, and in both cases, you want something from them. From assessors, you are looking to get credit points. From investors, it may mean the difference between getting that next tranche of investment or leaving empty-handed. To get what you want, you have to demonstrate validated learning. You are or have been on a customer discovery or validation journey. At intervals, you are asked to report on the progress you have made and what you have learned. It's your task to convincingly demonstrate that the progress you have made is validated learning, based on first-hand customer data and experience and not personal beliefs and biases. Your journey is divided into smaller, more manageable, time-bound sprints. Within sprints, you designed and executed one or more experiments, and each experiment in turn used one or more methods to gather customer data. Experiments are iterative loops, oscillations in your understanding of customers, each experiment building on the insights of the last. As you progress through understanding a customer problem, understanding the minimal viable product, and then the business model to support value creation and delivery, the scope of business assumptions to test increases along with business risk, but uncertainty decreases as you gain insight and experience in creating the business around the customer. Each experiment begins by selecting the riskiest business assumptions and ends with the decision to pivot or persevere. This video explains how to show validated learning in a sprint for both proof of concept and proof of business. So, how can you best show your audience that your progress is validated learning? The answer is simple: data. First, briefly list the sprints and experiments you have conducted to date and the major outcomes. Pivot, persevere, or iterate. Remember, you only have limited time, so don't try and tell everything you have done in detail. Identify clearly the sprints and experiments you will zoom in on for the demo. Be clear and explicit about the choice you are making. State key quantitative facts, including the number of discrete experiments, the type of methods used in each experiment, and the number of customer contacts. Remember that you know what you've done, but for your audience, it's the first time that they are learning about you and your business assumptions and your business facts. You are explaining to your audience what you have done and learned in the sprints you've selected, so be concise, but also be explicit. Now, as you start to walk your audience through the sprint experiments, first show them the status of your business model canvas and/or your value proposition canvas before the start of the experiments. You'll have some things marked on these canvases as validated facts, and things marked as current best guesses. Make these clear so your audience understands where you were coming from and will understand the progress you made by the end of the sprint. Next, clearly identify the assumptions you set out to test in the sprint. Then explain the experiments you designed to test those assumptions and the methods you selected for each experiment, and why. Detail what experiment methods you built, how you went about running the methods, and how you captured customer data. Show your analysis of the customer data generated by each method and the learnings with respect to the assumptions tested in the experiment. Not only is the outcome of an experiment important, but also what you learned about running experiments. What went well in the experiment? What could be better? Now you can show the impacts your experiments have on your problem solution fit. Show the changes, the delta, to your value proposition canvas and or business model canvas. Be explicit about your decisions to pivot, persevere, or iterate after each sprint and experiment, ensuring that the reasons for decisions clearly follow from customer data. There's no need to create a graph like this one. Just explain your decisions based on customer data. If you are going to unpack another sprint or experiment for your audience, then go through the full cycle from assumptions to insight again. After watching this video, go and review the assessment criteria examiners will use to assess your progress demo or final lessons learned demo. You will find these in the course guide in your university's digital learning environment. Thanks for watching, and success with preparing and presenting your validated learning. For more videos and resources, visit disciplinestartupfounder.com.